Good evening, my dear friends. Picture this. You're sitting around a crackling fire, your kids sharing their hopes, your grandkids clambering onto your lap, eyes wide as saucers, hanging on every word of a story only you can tell. The room's alive with laughter, love and a bond so strong it could hold up a bridge. That's not just a moment, my friends. That's a blooming legacy. A connection forged with heart, time and a bit of proper graft. I'm Michael Caine, not a lot of people know that, and welcome to Caine's Rive After 60. Today, I'm giving you a 40-minute masterclass on building rock-solid bonds with your children and grandchildren. Ties that warm your soul, lift your spirit and last longer than my filmography. So, grab a cuppa, hit that subscribe button and let's make your family connections unbreakable. Drop a comment below. Tell me one memory you cherish with your kids or grandkids, or reading them, and I'm here to help you make more. Now, let's get one thing straight. Building these bonds ain't about splashing cash or planning grand holidays. It's about showing up, listening proper, and creating moments that stick in their hearts like glue. Too many of us in our 60S and 70S think, well, the kids are grown, they don't need me, or the grandkids are too busy with their phones and their games. Rubbish. Your children and grandchildren crave your wisdom, your stories, your time, more than you might ever know. But it takes effort. And I'm going to walk you through 5 rock-solid strategies to forge those connections. With stories from real folks, practical tips you can start today, and a bit of Caine grit to keep you moving. This ain't just about family. It's about your emotional well-being, your health, your purpose in these golden years. It's about living with a heart full of love and a legacy that shines. Let's dive in, shall we? Point 1, be present, really, truly present. Let's kick off with the first big one. You've got to be present. Proper present, not half there with one eye on the tally or your mind wandering to the bills. Kids and grandkids can smell distraction quicker than a dog smells bacon. When you're with them, it's their time, not yours. And that's a gift worth more than gold. I remember a mate of mine, Charlie, a proper gent in his 70s, always moaning that his grandkids never opened up to him. Went round to his place one Sunday and there he was, nose buried in his newspaper, grunting at no chatter about school and mates. I said, Charlie, mate, put that rag down and listen. He looked at me like I'd gone mad, but he tried it. A week later, his grandson was telling him about his dreams of being a footballer, his worries about exams, a lot. That's the power of being present. It's like flicking on a light in a dark room. So, how do you do it? First, make eye contact. Look them in the eyes when they're talking and it says, you're the most important thing right now. Try this. Next time your grandkids rambling about their day, hold their gaze for a full minute. Nod, smile. You'll see their face light up like a Christmas tree. Spend 10 minutes a day practicing this. It's a habit that builds trust. Second, ditch the distractions. Phones off, telly off, papers away. Set a 30-minute no gadget rule when you're with your kids or grandkids. I know. It's tempting to check the news or scroll through your messages, but those can wait. Your family can't. If you're struggling, stick your phone in another room. It's like locking temptation in a cupboard. Another trick, ask open questions. Show you care by saying, what's the best thing that happened today? Or what's got you excited this week? These ain't just questions, they're doors to their world. Write down one question a day to ask your kids or grandkids and keep a little notebook for it. It builds a habit of curiosity, and before you know it, they'll be coming to you with their stories. I coach a grand named Mary who felt her grandkids didn't care about her old tale. I told her to ask what they loved first. Turns out they were mad about cars, so she shared a story about her first motor, a rickety old banger she drove in the 60s. They were hooked, begging for more. Try this. Share one short story from your life each visit, tied to something they're into. Spend 15 minutes a week planning these stories, and you'll see those bonds tighten. Let's dig deeper. Presence ain't just about sitting there, it's about showing you're all in. I worked with a granddad, Bill, who was desperate to connect with his teenage granddaughter. She'd come over, head in her phone, barely a word, Bill was gutted, thinking she didn't care. I said, Bill, mate, put your own phone down first, then ask her about something she loves. He found out she was into music, so he asked her to play her favourite song and tell him about it. That one moment, 10 minutes of pure presence, opened the floodgates. She started texting him songs, and now they've got a playlist they share. Try this. Next time you're with your lot, pick one thing they love and ask about it. Spend 10 minutes a week learning about their passions. It's like planting a seed that grows into trust. Another angle, presence means being there for the small stuff, not just the big moments. You don't need a birthday or a holiday to show up. Pop round for a quick chat, call to say hello, or send a text saying, thinking of you. These little gestures add up like pennies in a jar. I coached a mum, Rose, who felt distant from her grown son. He was busy with work, always rushing. She started leaving him short voicemails, just saying, love you, hope your day's going well. That took her 5 minutes a week, but he started calling back, showing more. Try this. Send one quick message or call each week to your kids or grandkids just to check in. It's a small act that builds big bonds. Why does this matter? Being present ain't just for them, it's for you. Studies show strong family connections lower stress, boost your mood, and even add years to your life. It's like medicine for your soul. So next time you're with your kids or grandkids, make a choice. Be there, 100%. No half measures, no distractions. It's a gift that keeps giving, and it'll make your heart sing. Spend 15 minutes a month checking in with yourself. Ask, was I really present this week? If you slipped, tweak it for next time. You've got the power to make every moment count. Point 2, create shared rituals. Next up, create rituals. Little traditions that make your kids and grandkids run to you shouting, it's our thing. Whether it's Sunday pancakes, a weekly park walk, or reading a bedtime story, rituals are the glue that holds families together. They're not about being fancy, they're about being regular, something they can count on like the sun rising. Back in my acting days, I was away a lot, filming here and there, but every Sunday, no matter where I was, I'd call my daughter. We'd natter about nothing, her school, my set mishaps, the weather. Those calls were our ritual, and they kept us tight as a drum. You don't need a Hollywood budget to make this work, just a bit of heart. So how do you build rituals? First, pick a simple activity you both enjoy. Could be baking biscuits, playing cards, or watching a classic film like one of mine, maybe The Italian Job, eh? Try this. This week, choose one activity, like a monthly tea party with your grandkids, and make it happen. Spend 10 minutes planning it, pick a time, a place, and keep it easy. Second, make it regular. Consistency is the secret sauce. Set a time, say every Saturday morning for a walk, or every Friday evening for a story. It's like setting a date, and it shows them they're a priority. Spend 10 minutes a week checking your calendar to keep these rituals locked in. Another trick, let them have a say. Ask your kids or grandkids, what do you love to do together? It makes them feel part of it, and they'll love it more. I worked with a granddad, Tom, whose grandkids were glued to their screens. He asked them what they'd enjoy, and they picked stargazing. Tom wasn't no astronomer, but he got a cheap telescope, and now they're out every clear night, naming stars and laughing. It's their thing, and it's magic. Try this. This month, ask your kids or grandkids for one ritual idea, spend 15 minutes planning how to make it happen, and you'll see their eyes sparkle. Now let's go deeper. Rituals can be tied to special moments like birthdays or school events. Take your kid or grandkid for a special lunch every year to mark their birthday, or go to their football match and cheer like a proper fan. These moments become stories they'll tell their own kids one day. I coached a gran, Betty, who started a ritual of making a scrapbook with her grandkids every summer. They'd paste in photos, draw pictures, write little notes. Took an hour a week, but now those books are treasures, and the kids can't wait for summer. Try this. Pick one milestone this year, maybe a graduation or a holiday, and create a ritual around it. Spend 15 minutes a month planning these special moments. Another angle. Rituals don't have to be big. Small ones work just as well. Maybe it's a quick bedtime call to read a page of a book, or a weekly text with a silly joke. I worked with a dad, Frank, who felt his grown daughter was drifting away. He started a ritual of sending her a photo every Monday, something simple like a flower from his garden or a snap of his dog. Took him 5 minutes, but she started replying with her own photos, and now they're closer than ever. Try this. Pick one small ritual this week, like a weekly text or call, and stick to it. Spend 10 minutes a week keeping it going. Why is this so important? Rituals ain't just fun. They're anchors. Psychologists say they build trust, security, and a sense of belonging, especially for kids. They're like a warm blanket for the soul. And they keep your family tight through thick and thin. Plus, they're good for you. Research shows regular family traditions lower anxiety and boost happiness. So, start a ritual this week. It's your chance to be the hero they'll always remember, and it'll fill your heart with joy. Spend 15 minutes a month checking your rituals. Ask, is this still working? If it's not, tweak it or try something new. Point 3, listen without judging. Now, let's talk about listening, proper listening, without judging or jumping in with advice. Your kids and grandkids are living in a world we can barely keep up with. Social media, exams, jobs, pressures we never had. When they talk, they don't need a lecture or a fix. They need a listener who's all ears. I had a client, Susan, a lovely gran in her 60s, but she'd cut off her grandson every time he spoke with, "In my day, we didn't do that." He'd clam up, barely say a word. I said, "Susan, love, just hear him out. No sermons, no fixes." She tried it, and he started sharing about his mates, his worries, even his dreams of being a chef. That's trust right there, built by listening. So how do you listen like that? First, keep your ear on and your mouth off. When they talk, nod. Say, "Tell me more," or "That sounds tough." Try this. Next time they're chatting, count to 5 before you reply. It gives them space to keep going, and it shows you're really hearing them. Spend 10 minutes a day practicing this in small talks. It's like training your ears to be a safe harbor. Second, reflect back what they say. If your daughter's stressed about work, say, "Sounds like it's been a rough week," or "That must be a lot to carry." It shows you get it, and it keeps them talking. Spend 10 minutes a week working on this. Write down one thing you heard and how you reflected it. Another trick, don't rush to fix their problems. I know it's tempting to say, "Here's what you should do," but that can shut them down. I coached a dad, John, who kept trying to solve his son's rows with his mates. His son stopped talking. I said, "John, just listen, let him vent." He tried it, and his son started sharing more, even asking for advice later. Try this. For 1 week, focus on listening without offering a single fix. If they ask, say, "What do you think you'll do?" It empowers them. Spend 15 minutes a week checking in. Did you stay quiet or did you jump in? Tweak it next time. Let's go deeper. Make it clear they can tell you anything. No judgment, no lectures. Say, "I'm here no matter what, and I won't go off on one." I worked with a gran, Margaret, who felt her teenage granddaughter was hiding something. She said, "Love, you can tell me anything and I'll just listen." Took a few weeks, but the girl opened up about school stress. Now they talk every week. Try this once a month. Tell each kid or grandkid they've got a safe space with you. Spend 15 minutes planning these check-ins, maybe over a cuppa or a walk. Another angle, listen to the small stuff, not just the big dramas. If your grandkid's excited about a new game or your daughter's moaning about traffic, give it your full attention. It shows you care about their world, big or small. I coached a granddad, Alan, who started listening to his grandson's endless Minecraft stories. Took patience, but the kids started sharing deeper stuff, like his fears about moving schools. Try this. Next time they talk about something small, give it 10 minutes of full focus. Write down one thing you learn. It builds a habit of caring. Why does listening matter? It's not just about hearing words. It's about building trust. Research shows kids with non-judgmental listeners feel more confident, less anxious, and closer to their family. For you, it's a boost too. Strong bonds lower stress and make your days brighter. So, be that listener. Spend 15 minutes a month reflecting. Ask, did I listen without judging this month? If you slipped, try again. You're creating a safe harbor they'll always come back to. Point 4, share your wisdom, not your rules. Let's move to the fourth point, share your wisdom, not your rules. You've lived a life, my friends, seen wars, recessions, heartbreaks, triumphs. That's a treasure chest of lessons your kids and grandkids need. But don't shove it down their throats like a bad medicine. Tell stories, not sermons. I remember sitting with my grandson telling him about my early acting days, living on beans and dreams in a cold flat. I didn't say work harder. The story said it for me. He got it, and now he asks for more. Your life's a library. Let him borrow the books. So, how do you share wisdom? First, go for stories over lectures. Instead of saying, save your money, tell them about the time you scrimped for your first car, how you felt driving it home. Try this. Pick one life lesson a week to share as a story. Maybe how you bounced back from losing a job or met your spouse. Spend 10 minutes planning it and tie it to something they're facing. Second, relate it to their world. If your grandkid's nervous about a test, share how you handled stage fright or a big interview. I coached a gran, Ellen, who told her granddaughter about her first day as a nurse when she was scared stiff. The girl ate her exam, inspired by Gran's courage. Try this. Spend 10 minutes a week thinking of a story that fits their life. Another trick, make it a two-way street. Ask, what's something you've learnt lately? It shows you value their wisdom too. Ellen started swapping lessons with her daughter. One week, Ellen shared about resilience. The next, her daughter shared about balancing work and life. They're closer than ever. Try this. Once a month, ask your kids or grandkids for a lesson they've learned. Spend 15 minutes planning these chats. It's like building a bridge of respect. Another angle, be humble. Admit your mistakes. Say, I mucked this up, but here's what I learned. It makes you human, not a know-it-all. I worked with a granddad, Peter, who told his grandson about a business deal that went south because he rushed in. The kid listened, then shared his own mistake. Try this. Spend 15 minutes a month picking a mistake to share. Let's dig deeper. Wisdom ain't just about big life lessons. It's in the small stuff too. Teach them practical things like how to cook your famous stew or fix a bike. I coached a gran, Joan, who taught her grandkids her mum's scone recipe. They loved it, and now they're learning her stories while they bake. Try this. Pick one skill to teach this month, like gardening or knitting, and spend 15 minutes a week doing it together. It's wisdom wrapped in fun. Another trick, write down your stories. Start a little journal of your life's lessons. First job, first love, biggest failure. Share one page a month with your kids or grandkids. It's a legacy they'll treasure. Why is this important? Your wisdom's a gift, but it lands best when it's shared with love, not control. Studies show storytelling strengthens family bonds and boosts kids' resilience. They learn how to face life's ups and downs. For you, sharing wisdom keeps your mind sharp and your heart full. So, tell a story this week. Spend 15 minutes a month. Check in, ask, did I share wisdom or push rules? If you lean too bossy, switch to stories next time. You're their guide, not their dictator. Point 5, make time no matter what. Finally, the fifth point, make time, no excuses. Time's the currency of love, and if you don't spend it, those bonds weaken. Your kids are juggling jobs, the grandkids have school, sports, screens. It's a mad world, but you've got to carve out moments or they'll slip away. I had a client, George, in his 60s, always saying, I'll see the grandkids next month. Months turned to years and they barely knew him. I said, George, mate, book 1 hour a week like it's a job. He started taking them for ice cream every Friday. Now they're his best mates and he's grinning like a kid himself. So, how do you make time? First, schedule it like it's a doctor's appointment. Put family time in your diary. Wednesday walks, Saturday calls, whatever works. Try this. Block 1 hour a week for your kids or grandkids. And don't cancel, no matter what. Spend 10 minutes a week checking your schedule to keep it sacred. Second, small moments count. You don't need a big day out. A 10-minute chat over tea or a quick game of cards is enough. I coached a mum, Linda, who started texting her grown son memes to stay close. Took 5 minutes a day, but he started calling her, sharing his life. Try this. Find one small moment each day to connect. like a text or a quick call. Another trick, be flexible. If they're busy, work around their schedule. Offer to drive your grandkid to practice and chat in the car, or call your daughter when she's commuting. I work with a granddad, Mike, who started joining his grandson's video game sessions online for 20 minutes a week. He's rubbish at it, but they laugh like mad, and it's their thing now. Try this. Find one new way to connect this month, like a shared hobby or a quick meetup. Spend 15 minutes planning it, another angle. Show up for the big stuff. Birthdays, games, graduations. Be there, cheer loud, make them feel like the star. Spend 15 minutes a month planning to attend their events, and you'll be their hero. Let's go deeper. Time ain't just about being there, it's about making it quality. Don't just sit in silence. Engage, laugh, ask questions. I coached a grand, Sarah, who felt her grandkids were too modern for her. She started taking them to the library every Tuesday, let them pick books while she asked about their lives. Those hours became gold, and now they're planning a summer reading club. Try this. Pick one quality activity this month, like a library trip or a craft day, and spend 15 minutes a week making it special. Another trick, keep a connection log. Write down each time you spend with your kids or grandkids what you did, how it felt. It's like a diary of love, and it'll keep you motivated. Spend 10 minutes a week on this. Why does time matter? It's the one thing you can't get back. Research says quality time with grandparents boosts kids' happiness, self-esteem, and even their grades. For you, it's a lifeline. Strong bonds, lower blood pressure, ease loneliness, and make your days brighter. So, make time this week. Spend 15 minutes a month. You're investing in a legacy that'll outlive you. Closing and call to action. So, there you have it, my friends. 5 ways to build bonds with your children and grandchildren that will stand stronger than a London bridge. Be present, create rituals, listen without judging, share your wisdom, and make time, no matter what. These ain't just tips, they're your path to a life brimming with love, meaning, and purpose. I've seen it myself. My daughter and grandkids are my heart, my reason to get up every morning. Every laugh, every hug, every story we share is worth more than all the gold in the world. Let me tell you a story to bring it home. I coached a granddad, Arthur, in his 70s, who felt miles apart from his grown kids and grandkids. They were busy, he was tired, and he thought, they don't need me. We worked through these 5 steps. He started being present, turning off his phone for an hour each visit. He created a ritual, Saturday morning walks with his grandkids. He listened without judgment, letting his daughter vent about work. He shared stories about his days as a mechanic, not rules. And he made time, showing up for every school play and birthday. A year later, Arthur's house is the family hub. Laughter, stories, love. He's healthier, happier, and says it's the best year of his life. Your challenge. Pick one step this week. Maybe it's listening for 10 minutes without a word, starting a ritual like a weekly call, or sharing a story about your youth. Do it and watch those bonds grow. You're not just a parent or grandparent. You're a bleeding legend, shaping lives with every moment you give. Smash that subscribe button to join Caine's Thrive After 60 for more wisdom to live your best years. Drop a comment. Tell me one thing you'll do to connect with your kids or grandkids. I'm reading every one, and I'm rooting for you. Share this video with someone who needs it. A mate, a sibling, anyone who wants a stronger family. Let's build connections that shine brighter than the sun. Thanks for being here. Now, go make those bonds unbreakable. Cheers.